Waterkin now, aren't I?
Yes.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to Canon for the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. Our apologies. Yeah, we did an Uber. We were arriving late for a derby of some sorts. Technical problems of some sorts. But apologies. These things happen. They don't happen frequently on Canon for TV, but when they do happen, it goes belly up sometimes. But anyway, it's a Sunday morning catch up. Putting a whole heap of sauce on this one here. I said, what's wrong?
Sunday afternoon, bruv.
Is it? See, there you go. See? You can tell it's going to be one of those ones, isn't it, today? All over the gaff. All over the gaff, man. But you know what? Ah, dearie me. Yeah. Technical problems aside, yes, welcome to the Sunday afternoon catch-up show. Yeah, putting a whole heap of pepper sauce and all kind of sauce on this one. But you know what? Without further ado, let's just kind of get into this one. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it's been one of those ones, man. I haven't even started yet. It's been one of those ones. Oh, my goodness. You know what? I think it's going to be a short one because even this morning, I'm kind of scraping up for like live news segments to come back at you guys. But yeah, it might be a short one. But we'll see how we get on anyway. The numbers are rising, 26 and rising, Ralph. Anyway. The most important thing you guys can do now is just subscribe. Subscribe. Lend me your ears for a few moments. Your fingers as well.
Well, we still have your attention.
Oh, dearie me. Yeah. Anyway, bro, how are you, man? You're right.
Yeah, I'm good. Sunday afternoon in wonderful Cardiff. Chilled. I tried to chill yesterday, but I was watching some of the Olympics, which was really good. And the British Lions. I'm not. I haven't really been into rugby since I came over here, but with the Six Nations, that's really good. That's really good, testy that competition because it's all it's England, Scotland, Ireland, Wales. Wales are they're one of those teams are really tough teams. Not forgetting France and Italy. And then the British Lions is an accumulation of England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. And they play the Southern Hemisphere teams. And they play against South Africa, which was this present test. It's one of three. And, they drew 4 years ago, four years ago against New Zealand. Previously, they played against Australia, the one that the test out in Australia. But this one was a real arm wrestle. I don't know what the score is, but I got a feeling that we didn't do well. I don't think we won this one. I think that when I left it, before I picked my daughter up, the Lions were 10-6 at half time. And that's where I left it. I just had a feeling that South Africa is a team that, comes back. And I think they dealt us. So I'll look later on. But that's the kind of vibe I'm feeling. It seems to be very, very quiet around here. But other than that, I've been looking at the Olympics and one of the boxers. I believe her name's Lauren Price won a gold medal this morning, and she comes from South. Yes.
I woke up very early to watch it, and I was expecting a Chinese woman to give a bit of a stiffer competition, but it's a complete shout, isn't it? I mean, Laura's well deserved.
She played it really well. It could be one of those fights that you can really go in guns ho, but I think her corner and she's a Welsh international, football international. She is kickboxing champion, and now boxing. We've got a boxing gold medal, so well done. Yeah, all good.
Okay, cool. So let's get into the news of today. News of today. Anyway, Yeah. Gab Martinelli wins a gold medal. Yes, the Brazil beat Spain. I kind of hunt around for to see where I could find the link because it wasn't shown on a terrestrial channel anyway. I saw anyway, but yeah, the youngster managed to win the gold medal. Wonderful, but he didn't get to play. He didn't play in the final. Didn't play in the final, but it doesn't matter. I know there was a photo of him like sporting the medal, and I was thinking that because of the technical problems we've had that I have, and not we. I've had over here. I just didn't get enough time to actually frame the photo of him like biting on the gold medal. But Gary Martinelli, well done, gold medal of Brazil, man. Unfortunately, yeah, Mr. Gabriel Magalhães didn't go because he sustained an injury, I believe, to his ankle. But yes, Mr. Martinelli. I don't know how we're going to see. Are we going to see a lot of him in the new season? Yeah. Are we going to get to see him?
Well, if we don't get if we don't get to see him, he'll be the only player who's won some silverware.
That's a good one. That's a good one, Ralph.
He's okay. You don't play me, but I've got a gold medal, man. So
you see, I'm not on point, but Ralph is on point this morning. Well, this afternoon anyway. But well done, Ralph. That was a good one. That was a good one. Hey. Who's next up? Yeah, I did a video which came live this morning actually. Bernardo Silva, Bernardo calling. Yes, again, transfer window brings so many players linked to Arsenal. So many players, and Bernardo Silva has been the latest one. I did a video which came live 8 a.m. this morning. Only to find out, actually, he's actually said that he doesn't want to come to Arsenal. His preferred destination would be Spain, which, what can I say? That link, that little faint hope the fan base had, with Arteta, who had, he coached most of the Man City players. Yeah. Bernardo's not coming to Arsenal. He's not coming to Arsenal. So forget about that one, guys.
Alex, it's like we always said, we're not playing European football this season.
Yeah.
How attractive or unattractive is that? It's unattractive when you've got we class ourselves as a big club, but we're not playing European football. And don't forget, it's next year, isn't it? It's next year that we've got the World Cup.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think some players, if they're on the kind of transfer radar, as it were, they're probably just playing the cards close to their chest. Do I want to go and risk, going to another club? Potentially, I could be out. Not many players would think that kind of way anyway. But wherever you're going to go, if you're going to have to work twice, 3, 4 times as hard in the position that you transferred yourself to a new club, potentially you could be putting yourself a bit at risk in terms of selection and injury. I know that sounds really trite. I mean, when you play football, you want to go and play anyway, and those are just the things that happen along the course of your journey. But in a World Cup year, would you rather just, is it like stick and twist, isn't it? Would you rather stay where you are and what you got to do? You can push yourself a bit further forward in terms of getting yourself in front of your manager's eye line to say, look, I've been here now, put me in. Because another part of the equation is the fact that if you're only selected if you're playing first team football. If you're not playing first team football, then you're not going to get a chance to be selected by your country. Yeah. So there's that kind of school of thought as well. So there's a lot of tangibles in this equation. It depends on if you want to stay. The team, the club Arsenal is not involved in European football. So would you come over here to rest yourself a little bit to get yourself in the frame?
Well, she earn a bucket loads of money. But yeah. That has to be a big attraction for a young player who's looking to make their way. Again, we're not in Europe. So. And actually, talking about players that we get linked with, and then they eventually go somewhere else. This is actually breaking news. I know someone just put a comment in, actually one of the first comments in the live chat. Lautaro Martinez will be going to Spain, not Spain, to Spurs. Yes, apparently Spurs are putting a bid for £60 million for Lautaro Martinez, and Serie Inter have accepted Spurs' money, so he's going to be going to Denmark down the road, and not to Arsenal. So that's a bit of breaking news, just breaking over the last 25 to 30 minutes. So Lautaro Martinez will not be coming to Arsenal; he'll be going to Spurs. It's funny because actually it's not funny, because this is what happens. Rumors. Certain newspaper outlets kind of give you a twist, a different perspective. Because I read literally, he said that he doesn't want to come to England; he would prefer to go to Spain. And actually, it shows that everyone has a price. If the parameters are set right, if you can sell the story or the vision or the plan to the player and the player's agent, and the price is right, Bob's your uncle. All this stuff about Arsenal having £250 million war chest is not true. And even if it were true, Ralph, you've got to have the people in the right positions, able to sell the vision, the plan to the player and the player's agent. He's now going to Spurs. £60 million. And you've got to think as well that Spurs are in Europe. We are not in Europe. Do you want to say anything else?
Our owner and those around him haven't told us what the vision is for the club. So why would they want to tell anybody else, even the incoming player? You know what I mean?
You don't know what the vision is, Ralph.
Sorry?
You don't know what the vision is for the owners. The vision for the owner is to make money, Ralph. That is it. He said he's not here to win trophies. I haven't come here to win. I'm here to make money. That is his bottom line, Ralph. Just to make money.
But Alex, does that mean then that Harry Kane may be going to Man City then? I've been watching I think it was must have been like a reaction to it was the Charity Shield yesterday, wasn't it? Leicester City versus Man City. I caught a bit of Roy Keane, because apparently Harry Kane was saying that he had every intention to stay at them.
Yeah.
Backpedaling a little bit because he's thinking that he wasn't going to. There was a lot of speculation during the Euros that he was going to go to Man City. Also, and it was for the amount that Jack Grealish has gone for. And all of a sudden now, it's like, oh, and actually, I'm staying at the club. I'll just take some time out. I always want to train, but then if they're paid 60 million for this guy, does that mean now that, because I think he was touted at 150, wasn't he, at one stage?
Who's that?
Kane.
Yeah, he was. There's no way he's got it. No, there's no way, man. 150 million.
No, there's no way. There's no way. But
yeah.
I want to pay 100 mil for Grealish, to be honest. But that's, like I said yesterday, that's the market.
Yeah. But wow, I thought that was so fun. I think, oh no, yeah, no. I always said I was going to stay. To give me some time from training. You liar.
You
liar.
You've got an Arsenal kit underneath that.
Oh, dearie me, man. Anyway. So, like I said yesterday, there is a game happening today, Ralph. Yeah, Tottenham versus Arsenal. 2 p.m. kickoff. The Mine tournament. Are you going to be watching it, Ralph? If you can find a link somewhere.
I'll see. I'm not. I'm not. It's, like I said before, it's a good charity. My company is sponsored by that charity as well. Oh, we're sponsored by that charity as well. So what they do is really good work. But I'm not really like reading anything into it. Unlike the friendly, it'd be interesting to see what team Arteta pulls out. If he's going to pull out the old faithfuls, as it were, which wouldn't be of any surprise really, because he needs to get his act together for our first match at the end of the week. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what team he pulls out. But I'm not reading anything into this. My main thought is, what team has he got prepared for the Brentford match? Because we know, I think we're going to be. No, I'm not going to be negative. I think it's going to be a rather testing match. I prefer us to draw the first match because it simply is just to try and get your points on the board. It's the next two. It's the Chelsea and the Man City. Those kind of matches, kind of like, although it's the first month, they kind of determine where you are and what your game plan is. You know what I mean? I don't know what kind of 11 he's gonna have, if he has got a game plan to suit. I think we have to be very careful as well, because I think that a lot of play is going to be reliant on Saka and Emma Smith Rowe.
Yeah.
If Arteta reverts to type, he's going to say, "Oh, great, we've got our young players," and he's going to do that to them rather than support them. You're going to say, "Go on, then. You've done well during the Euros. You've done well during the last season. Now build on it." Of course, you want to build on it. You want to improve, but we've still got deficiencies in the team that hasn't been addressed. So the same old is going to happen.
Well, as well, remember, Partey's injured, isn't he? He's going to be out for the best part between 2 and 3 weeks. But
let's just say, I always say like a month and a half, because you've got to try and rehab as well. And then you get introduced into some games. You get introduced into the reserves before you start getting yourself back into gear. So I'm thinking a month and a half at best. It's no good rushing. You've got a whole season. He's injured early. There's no point rushing him, because the hard months would be November, December, and January.
Mm.
So it's no good rushing him. And what about the new signings in those areas as well? They'll have to step in.
Yeah, they're going to have to, aren't they? I guess. Well, not so much Tavares, because Tierney he's not injured, but Lokonga, I'm guessing he'll have to step up, won't he?
Yeah.
Anyway. Sorry, you want to say something else?
It'd be one ball over the top. Where's the defense?
Where are they? They're with the agents. Talking to the agents. Get back on the pitch. Get back on the pitch.
Yeah, that's how I said it. Go on, get me.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us on this Sunday afternoon catch-up show. Sorry, we got a little bit late. Some technical problems on my part. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's not good. It doesn't appear professional. Not that I'm getting paid for this anyway. But yes. What? What was that for?
We don't want to go there too late. Is that your hot sauce, is it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, so I just had to kind of scrape around for a little bit of a news to kind of come live on this a Sunday afternoon catch-up show. But as usual, things work their way out, and we've managed to come across with some bits and pieces of news. But we're going to take a break. But in the meanwhile, what you guys can do is make sure you lend me your ear and lend us your fingers, your ear for listening, and your fingers for typing. And make sure you keep live chat nice and clean. I think we've got Ashley D in the house. I believe. Yeah, I know what's happened to Static. Static's gone MIA, missing in action. See, I'm out of here, man. But anyway, guys, we'll come back with a little break. And when we do come back, we'll go through all the live comments in the live chat. And we might review the news of today. See you on the other side of this advert break. So I'm watching some of the comments in the live chat. God damn. Ashley D. What's wrong with you, mate? Sort yourself out. Anyway, let's go into a live chat for the first time this afternoon. And Akinola says Spurs are just Lautaro from Inter. Yeah, that's it. They stumped up the £60 million with add-ons on top. As I was saying, if you can frame the project and the vision for the player and the player's agent, and you've got the money, Bob's your uncle. And that's something Arsenal are not able to do. They can't do it. Can't do it. And that's about players coming in. What about the players going out? There's no players leaving. You know what, I find myself saying the same thing over and over and over and over again. No matter how, Ralph, I look at a dictionary, let me try and use an adjective to describe this situation here. I'll come to the end of the dictionary, Ralph. I just repeat the same things over and over and over again.
This is the Arsenal, Alex.
But it's not good, is it? It's not good.
No, of course it's not good. But until someone can come into the club and say, right, this is the way that we're going to do business. This is what I require. This is what I need, and this is what we're going to do. You're always going to have that kind of fallout. Like, remember we had a conversation about Chelsea. One of the not the managers. She's like the head of finance or something. Abramovich's got this lady as the head of their finance.
Yeah.
And it's like nothing gets past this woman. She'll either say yes or no. When it's a no, she doesn't say, well, maybe ifs and buts and maybes. It's a no. When it's a yes, it's a yes. And that's the reason why Chelsea are in the position where they are. Arsenal is not in that position. We've got an owner who doesn't say anything. Obviously, he has to talk to his son. His son picks the time when he wants to say something, and it's always, to me, the wrong time. Did he have or wanted to organize a meeting with the fans or something?
Yeah.
And how did that go? Was it a select fans? You can't. The only thing is that if it's a select fan, you're set an agenda. You can't ask questions about my dad because it'd be too awkward or whatever the situation is.
Well, Jonathan was on there. Jonathan from Colombia, who's a contributor on Kind of, he was on that forum, Ralph. He showed me the snippet. He was on there. I'm not sure if he got to ask a question, but somehow he managed to get onto that forum where the aforementioned son was on there. But am I excited about the beginning of the new season? I want to say I'm not excited. I'm just going to be sitting back. I mean, I was saying to Sorelli Ralph, today that I'm going to cut back on doing content. I mean, we'll talk about that, but I'm thinking that is part and parcel of how I feel about Arsenal now, that I'm not thinking or even feeling really up for the new season. And that's what Arsenal has done, I'm sure, to the majority of the fan base. And things have got to get a lot worse, Ralph, before they can get better. And if it means Arsenal have to be relegated, then so be it. But, I myself, Ralph, I do find it very difficult and challenging. I won't say difficult, very challenging to try and give a different perspective. But I do find, I listen to myself, I'm saying the same thing now over and over and over and over again. Anyway.
Do you think that it is pretty much us banging our head against the wall? I think that there obviously comes a time when you have to stand back and think, okay, well, this is not working. What's another strategy? This is why it's really important for the fan base to get together. We've had a couple of distractions. Presently we've had the Olympics. Before then we had the Euros. Just before the Euro, well, actually during the Euros, the beginning of the Euros, when we did that little 2-man protest around the stadium.
Yeah.
We did say that it's going to take some time, because when you've got those kind of massive distractions, everybody's thinking, well, somebody else has been handed the baton to carry on that fight, but the baton's been dropped. and everyone's running, and they're running without the baton. It's like, well, hang on a minute, who's got a baton? Well, you've got no, you've got no. So you have to go back to get the baton. So this is where we are now. We've gone back to say, well, this is where we are at this moment in time. It's great in a sense, in a normal sense of the word, that they may be making some signings, or they have done some signings, but the present players that have taken us to this point, we know they're not good enough. So why are they still there? It's because nobody wants them. They're not players that anybody else would want to buy. Don't forget, Xhaka wants to leave. Bellerin wants to leave. Leno, before the end of the season, wanted to leave. The old regime would have said, right, well, if you want to leave, then you don't play. We put you down in the reserves. We sit you on the bench. We've got somebody who can step in. And I think that's where the sweet spot is. We haven't had anybody that can step in to fill those roles. That's why competition is very important. You've got to have a competition for places, because one, it keeps the player on their feet. If they do a misstep, then that person's in there and you're fighting for your place again. That's the reasons why you've got such, the teams above us. I'm counting anyone else other than Man City, Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea. I'm not counting anybody else. They're the teams that can actually say, well, you know what? Look at Willian, for example. He wants another contract. We give him a contract. He doesn't want that contract. Okay, well, then you can go. There's somebody in his spot straight away. And what was he doing? He was panicking. He was thinking, well, where do I need to go next? And then foolishly for us, we put our hand up and say, we take you in. And you think, right, okay, that's my life raft. I'm here now. My family's okay. But I don't have to put a full shift in, because I know what Arsenal's expectations are. And you know what? I'm going to get played every game because Arteta wants me to play every game. So then what kind of pushback is that on us? Is if the pushback is on our academy players. They're all thinking, right, this is the season now where some of our older players are going. All of a sudden, no, that blockade has come straight down on them. So of course you're going to get like the Charlie Gilmores and is it Mark McGuinness?
Yeah, yeah.
They've gone on loan. They've gone to other teams, and they'll probably think, do I necessarily want to actually come back to Arsenal? Because they're still playing those old players that haven't done anything, haven't even made us qualify for Europe. If we qualify for Europe, don't you think that our transfers may have gone a bit better this season?
No, well, absolutely, innit? Absolutely. But do you know what it's like you've got a balloon, full of water, but there's like holes, and Arsenal are trying to put sticky tape over the holes, knowing fully well it's not going to work. That's the way I see Arsenal. Yeah, go on. Mm-hmm.
I see it's not a balloon full of holes. I see it as a bucket, but the bucket it's got no bottom to it.
Well, okay, worse still.
When water, it looks like you're holding everything. As soon as you lift the bucket up, there's no water in there. we've got players that once upon a time you could say, well, they're an asset to the club. But do they have a resale value? They don't have a resale value. This transfer window just shows you that no matter who that we want to get out of the club, nobody out there wants to take them. Or I said this at the start as well, that we have to take a hit. If you want to clear the closet, you have to take the hit, and nobody wants to take the hit.
There was a comment in the Canon 42 WhatsApp group, and I'm sure Daniel wouldn't mind me reading the comment here, because we were talking about the PR, the photography and Bellerin and all the players literally having a photo shoot. And what Daniel said was, he said that we should have taken the 12 million from Xhaka and just move on. So again, it goes down to the foolhardiness of the people trying to do the dealings there. Just take the hit. Take the hit just to have a slight change in the culture. I mean, Arsenal needs a severe change in culture. We know that, but it starts with small steps. With small steps, being ruthless. But like I said, it's more by design. This is by design, Ralph. The club, Stan Kroenke went for the cheaper option. Mikel Arteta, who's learning on the job, one of the biggest clubs in the country, making big mistakes. But you know what? Just to cut a long story short, Ralph, there's only one person that can save us from this disaster happening at Arsenal. It's the fans. Only the fans. If you can muster up enough courage, again, the same thing, Ralph. Don't buy the merchandise. If you have a season ticket, give up your season tickets. Don't buy into the BT and the version and this, that, and the other. Don't buy into the Arsenal. Only the fans can save us from this disaster happening here. Only the fans. Nobody else. Daniel Ek's not going to come in and save us from this situation here. Dan Gotti's not going to come in and save us. Only the fans can save us from this situation here.
But actually, also got the fact that you've got other fans who are saying that they want to help the club. They want to help the club progress. So they are willing to, because we've got a waiting list. We know there's a waiting list for Arsenal season tickets. Like you said before, this season is going to be a very definitive step to where this club is going to go. What happens if we do make top four after all our criticisms, as it were? No matter how substantiated they are, what happens if Arsenal do make the top four?
But Ralph, that's a very big if, Ralph. And like we said, even if we talk about players, we critique the players when the players don't play well. If they had like a nightmare, we say it. But we also say if they played well, we say that they've played well. We say that. But if Arsenal do eventually get the top four, Ralph, who wouldn't want to be applauding Arsenal to say, actually, well done, Mikel Arteta, if he survives that long? I'll be there supporting and say, oh, well done. But 17 years and counting, Ralph. tells a story in itself. 17 years and counting. And now, out of Europe for the first time since 94/95 season. That tells a story in itself. We're not going in the right direction, Ralph. We're not going in the right direction. But only the fans, only we ourselves can save the club from this situation here. So if you can muster up some courage and do the right thing for the club, not for your preferred favourite player. It's for the club. The players will come and go. The one constant, like I always say, is Arsenal. Sorry, Ralph, man. Yeah.
No, it's good for you to say in those layman's terms, because we've got viewers, we've got subscribers who invested their time, whether it's a Sunday, whether it's a weekday, a match day, whatever, to the club. We've seen the club go through certain changes and some hard times, and this is just another one of those hard times. But I think more so than ever, the way that we can actually steer the ship, like you said before, it is down to the fans. The kit has already been paid for, so it doesn't really matter if you buy the kit or if you don't buy the kit. The money's already in the kitty. One of the things that I'm not looking forward to, because we bantered everybody, we bantered Man City and them down the road. Now it's Arsenal's turn. Arsenal's turn to be on Amazon TV. So how much money from that have Arsenal already got? Because it seems like they're getting money. They're still getting money from somewhere. So this Amazon deal is worth. Does anyone know how much it's worth? Is there kind of transparency along the terms of what it costs for Arsenal to get that sweet deal? No, we're not privy to that information. But this club is meant to be transparent, right? So this is another thing. So everyone else now will be able to see when we do lose a match, what Arteta does. Once upon a time, when Unai Emery half-time would go in and talk to his players, we've been in the change rooms, we've done the tour. He's got the screen in the changing rooms. He goes through the tactics, tells the players what to do, and then they go out and meant to do it, and then they don't do it. And you're thinking, like, how could you not see your mistake when someone's playing out to you?
Exactly.
How do you not mark that guy who burnt you 2 or 3 times? Now, guess what, guys? The door's open. Welcome, Amazon. It's all or nothing Arsenal. And we're going to be so bantered because, and I tell you what, more to the point, Arteta is going to be more scrutinized than ever, because when you think that managers are scrutinized just by being on the sidelines and what they say on social media, we've got social media in-house. There's not going to be any nice, edited. Guess what? Top bins in the top left-hand corner by Aubameyang or Lacazette is going to be the little snippets, the facial body language when Arteta is saying something, and then you'll be able to actually see the players, see Arteta, and then it gets played out. So we're going to be more scrutinized than ever. Yeah. More pressure. And how does Arsenal stay under pressure?
But will that make any difference, Ralph? This Amazon, will it make any difference? I don't think it'll make any difference, Ralph.
It won't make any difference.
It won't make any difference, Ralph. It won't make a blind bit of difference.
Are you saying it won't make any difference to the way we play, or it won't make any difference to the way that Arsenal do their business?
Everything, Ralph. Everything. It won't make a blind bit of difference. Because, like I say, and the reason why, I said I'm going to probably, reduce the amount of work I do on Canafoy TV is that I've tried to distance myself emotionally about what's happening at Arsenal, because we've said before, Ralph, your well-being is more important than anything else. Your well-being. So I've kind of checked out. I've timed out, Ralph, from Arsenal. So next week, the first game against Brentford, I'm thinking it's going to be very interesting what happens. Very, very interesting. But what I want to say to you, Ralph, actually, about the sponsorship, the sponsors, Adidas and the kit. you imagine that the sponsor has created this product, and the people or the entity, they paid the sponsors the money, or vice versa, but the product, people are not interested in buying the product, Ralph. How do you think the sponsor's going to feel about that, Ralph? They want to be happy.
Yeah. But you can see what they've done with the kit. They're probably happy. Think about my creative, my creativity. There you are, have this. I've got another 10 product in the back. But if you're not going to give me any kind of like creative responsibility, then you can have this one.
Listen, we need to continue in the live chat, but before I do, I've just noticed our moderators are working a little bit overtime to try and negate some silly comments in the live chat. So listen, the moderators are there to do their job. It's Static and Ashley D. So I can see they've blocked a couple of people, and they've also had to put a couple of people out on timeout. Guys, listen, just don't be silly. Don't be silly. If you do get blocked, there's no coming back from that. There's no coming back from that. So Static and actually, thank you for doing a wonderful job there. But you got to toe the line. Got to toe the line. You know what we stand for. None of this foolish behavior in the live chat there. But good to see Static is back. But yeah. But listen, let's go back into the live chat anyway. Akinola goes on to say we just lost out on Latado again. Oops, Ashley D. Says, hey up, power to the Gooners. Let's see. Russell says, who would use as our main striker this season? Who would you use as our main striker for this season? Who do you think should be our main striker for the season?
Until Aubameyang can find the net again, Balogun and Lacazette. Good
shout. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Actually says, news of the day, Arsenal and Messi come to terms of agreement. They will not be joining each other. News of today.
Did you see on Twitter Messi's message from Barcelona?
No, I didn't.
I saw a bit of it, and I had to cut. But yeah, very cut up he was, man. Very cut up.
Yeah. But, I saw the still frame of him like in tears, but yeah, I didn't want to read it. Clock Orange, good morning, good afternoon. Says, ready for another L, boys.
There you go, another positive fan.
I'm saying nothing, man. I'm saying nothing. Where are we? There's been so many comments on the live chat. Let's see if I can catch up. Pap says good morning. Well, it's not good afternoon because we took so long. I took so long. Don't say anything, Ralph. Apparently, Arsenal have made a move for Kieran Trippier after the comeback. I did see that actually. I saw that on Twitter. Is it true? I don't think it's true.
I saw it on Twitter, so we'll see how that progresses.
Yeah. Good afternoon, and who says? He says, please, what's the latest on James Maddison? James Maddison, the latest on James Maddison, he's not coming to Arsenal. That's the latest.
The latest on James Maddison is that he just won the Charity Shield.
He's not going anywhere, man. As remember, until Lautaro is holding up that shirt, we can say, "Oh, yeah." But listen, Pat. You know what I've been saying all along. For us, it shouldn't be about players coming in. It should be about players leaving Arsenal. So I'm not too fussed about Lautaro Martinez, whether he's coming to Arsenal or not. I wasn't really. It's about players leaving Arsenal. Yeah, whether he's holding up the shirt or not, I couldn't care less. Couldn't care less. The game is not on any of my dodgy. I'm sure you can find a dodgy link somewhere, Ashley D. Anyone else notice that Alex looks down at the moment? What at the comments? He looks so. That's it. It hasn't been a good start. It hasn't been a good start. All the technical problems, you know. So I'm like, I can feel I'm not my usual self today. I'm not my usual self. But anyway, you see, Ashley being Ashley is always laughing at me. See, LOL. Joke. We have some bad supporters starting with these two on the screen.
Let me find one of Ashley D's dodgy sites, and I'll play the seven. I guarantee though, I don't think I'll watch the match, but I'll play the 799. That's what it is.
Oh dear. A challenge for Alex. Look down at your comments and smile at the same time.
No, don't do that, Alex.
Ralph, man. Thank you. What's happened to our team? I don't know. What's happened to our team?
Well, hang on. What team? What team are?
That's a good point. Yeah.
You're gonna put out.
40 wonderful Gooners here today. Please make sure you smash that like button, and all newbies, you can subscribe if you like what you see. Maybe, possibly, we've probably lost some subscribers, Ralph. Afrida Edward says, "Hi, Alex, and the colleague. He's my brother. Afrida, he's my brother. Ralph's my brother. We are beating Spurs. Watch out for Ben and Lakonga, Edward from Uganda." Well, a bit of positivity there from Afrida. Thank you for that. But yeah, colleague, this guy here is my brother. Is my brother. I think maybe Afrida is quite new to the channel. That's why. Yeah. Neil says, 31st Arteta comes out. It was a difficult window to do business. We tried hard. I'm happy with the business. Loads of excuses and BS. Well, he can't actually say, these players are not my players. The majority of these players are his players. They're his players. Yeah, there can be no excuses.
Yeah.
And there you go. Actually, they're just saying, keep the chat clean, please. Okay, otherwise, these guys know what they need to do. DMT 1985 says, hang on, didn't ask Link they were gonna sign Martinez? Didn't happen, did it? Lautaro Martinez is now going to Spurs. Tamina Ahmed says, this club is a joke. Dear me. Good morning, Alex. So, do you see Arsenal bringing in a top player or players before the end of the transfer window? What do you think, Ralph? Do you think Arsenal will bring in other players before the end?
Well, who? We've gone after, like, you know what? I feel like we're on like a roundabout. You know, like, you're on that roundabout. You go in, and then all of a sudden
you can't
get off. you see the ice cream. You see the ice cream van, and you want to get off, but it speeds up. So you're waiting for it to slow down, and then the more it goes round, you see the ice cream van. You want to try and get off. You can't get off, and then all of a sudden, when it does slow down, and you decide to get off, it's gone. gone somewhere else. So I've got a feeling that's where we are. I don't know who we've been going after people. I keep on saying this. We have got players at the club that have not taken us to the next level of. If they were there to get us to the top 4, then it's a reprieve year. They've got a reprieve, but they haven't done so. They haven't done so for the longest period of time. So now, to try and get rid of them as you can see, we still got them. We still got players that we sure got out of the club. We didn't take the hits, and no matter if Arteta says no, Xhaka is not going. He's part of my plans. Okay, Arteta, if he's part of your plans, then why didn't you say that at the start of the transfer window? Why didn't you say that at the start? So then all the speculation, all the the noise and everything else would have been quietened during the Euros.
Good shout,
Because
Ralph, man.
because then you saw Xhaka as what he should have been at the club consistently. He did it for Switzerland. So how comes that he can do it for Switzerland, but he can't do it all the time for Arsenal? And at one time, he was most misaligned as the one player in the Premiership who had given away passes that led to goals scored against us. If people would say that he gave more assists to the opposition than he to our forward players. So this is where we are. This is where we are. Okay, so we didn't get rid of the players that we were meant to get rid of. You're going to have potentially another season of players who are going to fill in roles because of injury or because of loanees that've been loaned out, or purely because of the fact that Arteta's thinking, now I've got myself in a hole. And you guys, there was one, what match was it? Was it against Wolves or a European match where the players that he put in there just totally let him down? And he was on the sideline, and I think Eltel summed him up. He said how he saw a tear in Arteta's eyes because these players, he trusted his players to get him out, and they didn't do that. If somebody hurts you, why would you still want to be with them? If you're telling them what to do, and they say, "Oh, you know what?" In the post-match interview, "Oh well, we didn't listen to the boss the first half, but then we decided to listen to him in the second half." That's a sackable offence. You're definitely fine. You're definitely fine, but it's a sackable offence. I told you the way I wanted to play, and you ignoring me for the first half, and we're a goal down. All right, we may have turned it around. We may have won 2-1 or 3-1, but you didn't. You decided not to listen to me. And I am telling you what to do. Now tell me, would Fergie like that? Would Pep Guardiola like that? Would Klopp like that? Nah.
No.
You will be playing for maybe about 2 or 3 weeks, and to further insult you, I'll put a youngster who would be willing to run his socks off in your position before you even think about doing it again. But Arsenal aren't like that. We used to be a bunch of winners. Now we're a bunch of players in playing for 8th. We played for 8th 2 seasons on a trot. It's going to be 8th for the 3rd season, 10th, 12th.
Just not good enough, is it, Ralph? Not good enough, man.
So for me, that question, I said before that Arteta's going to have his 11, which I haven't seen no evidence of yet at this moment in time. He's got to have some possibles and maybes that can actually fight for him, and he's got to have an exit of players, and the exit of players is growing by the match, and we're not even starting. We haven't started yet.
Well, we've got 3 more weeks to get the business done, Ralph. 3 weeks and 2 days to get the business done. Get the players out.
I don't think that there's going to be anyone's going to. Bellerin it seems to be happy where he is. Xhaka seems to be happy where he is. Kolasinac is back. He seems to be happy where he is. Chambers is back. He's there. I think Chambers, out the lot of them, Chambers I probably would give a chance to. Holding, to me, this is Holding's make or break season. El Neni, El Neni to me, he's got to step it up because Partey is not there for the first 3 weeks. Well, Partey's not there for the month and a half.
Yeah.
But does Arteta recognise that, and is Arteta going to play him every week?
Let's go back in live chat, Ralph, just before we run up this one. Static is in the house. He says, "Hey, Alex and Ralph." He also says, "Alex, Ralph, congratulations on reaching 13,000 subscribers. Thank you for that, Static." Pap says, "My boy Static is in the house." Greenman TV says divide and conquer, way of the world. Yeah, but we need to come together, man. Come together for the greater good to get out the owner. But that's not going to happen unless we can come together. And no word of a lie. That's the only savior we have. Not your Daniel X, not your Aliko Dangottis. No billionaire is going to save Arsenal. None of those billionaires there. Only the fans can save Arsenal. Although says Arsenal, they are not serious. All that Lautaro Martinez, Tottenham have bar over us by taking these strikers again. Sorry, people. What else is there? Static says if Martinez officially joins Tottenham, that'd be a great signing for them, and a total embarrassment for Arsenal when they're still trying to sell Lacazette. Ralph, Arsenal looks like really. Anyway, yeah, I think I know what you mean. Lewis Watts, yeah, the kit, yeah, better than Lacazette. That's Ralph. I'm always around. You're welcome. Okay. I don't think was Static in yesterday. Static wasn't around yesterday for the show, was he? No. Was it in a live chat? No. Well, Xhaka has signed a 4-year contract extension, not 1 year, not an extension, a 4-year red card down to 10 rank.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
The quote. I say that's a quote of this session. Yeah.
Guys, we're done on this one because I'm just realizing that I'm in roughly just under 20 minutes is going to be the game. Yeah, Tottenham versus Arsenal. If you guys have a valid interest in the game, I thought, you know what, we'll time this one out. But before we finish this one, I've got to say I do apologise. A bit of a downer, because we had some technical problem. I had technical problems, not my brother. I had technical problems, and yeah, Arsenal, man. I've timed out, man. I've clocked out on this one, man. Yeah, you know what? Go on.
I remember what you said though. You said that your well-being is more important. Don't let them get to you. Sometimes it's good just to walk away and do the most important things. Family, friends, have some good times. I had a really good time with my daughter and her friends on Friday. We went to Alton Towers. Sometimes you have to just walk away from stuff. I did do a couple of bits and pieces of work because I've had a week off, but there's some issues that I feel is really important that I wanted to address. But yourself, even the Olympians said how well-being is most important. So take time out, bruv. It's not we can.
Yeah. Which is why I said actually about doing the anyway, we'll talk about it when we come off here. Before I go, I want to say a big thank you to both of our moderators today. Again, just a silly behavior in a live chat, but this is why we have our moderators to do a sterling job, and my brother has rewarded them in kind. So thank you for that, Static and Ashley D. No worries, man. No worries. Thank you for that. Before I end up this one, I want to say thank you to my brother, as usual, for being on a catch-up show, whether it's a Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's the catch-up show. And also, just a quick shout-out, a call to arms. If any one of you are out there thinking that you would like to have like passive income or earn an extra bit of cash, some extra money, there is an opportunity. If you're thinking, what is Alex talking about? We're just ending the show. What is he talking about? Send me an email. artrepublic1@gmail.com. There is a way of earning extra cash. There is a way of earning extra passive income. I have the source. The ketchup, the sauce. Send me an email. All right, we're out of here. We're done and dusted. Enjoy the game if you are going to watch it. Actually, I think you've actually found like a dodgy link somewhere.
Share the link. Share the link.
Yeah. Not on Canon for a TV, you don't, Ashidi. Not over here. But guys, enjoy your Sunday afternoon or your Sunday evening, wherever you are in this fantastic world of ours. And you have been watching Canon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world.